The big story tonight, a triple shooting in Hampton. Tonight, police still on scene combing through evidence, trying to find any leads. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chenue Her. It happened just about a block away from Tucker Capps Elementary School. That's on Catherine Drive, just off Orcutt Avenue. And that's where 13 News Now reporter Megan Purrier is reporting now. What are police telling you out there, Megan?
Chenue, police say they need help identifying the suspects in this case that ended with 2 men going to the hospital and 1 man dead tonight. Now you can still see behind me there's a pretty strong police presence still out here, but they got that call at about 1:20 this afternoon, and that call was in regards to a shooting in the Abington Northampton apartments. According to police, 1 man was dead on the scene and 2 other men had gunshot wounds and were transferred to the hospital. The apartment complex says they were told by police that 1 person was detained for questioning. Neighbors tell me what's strange is that they didn't hear any shots at all, though. Najee Ashley was in an apartment just yards away from where it all happened.
I just thought this is a crazy Sunday because it's just random. It's broad daylight, and all this happened. I didn't hear anything until she told me to come look outside. There's a lot of cops out. There's like 11 cops. There's a body over there, and yeah, it's just weird that this happened on a Sunday, broad daylight. All these people didn't hear anything.
Police are still investigating right now, and later on 13 News Now at 11, we'll have reaction from neighbors in this Hampton neighborhood. Live in Hampton, Megan Purrier, 13 News Now.
All right, thanks, Megan. Well, that shooting is the latest in a string of attacks on the peninsula. 2 others happened late last night in Newport News. Police tell us someone shot a man on Great Oaks Circle. That happened around 11 p.m. You can see that's near J. Clyde Morris Boulevard and the I-64 interchange. The 45-year-old victim had bullet wounds in the back of his leg. Investigators think he will be okay. And then staying in Newport News, another man was shot in the leg further north in Denby. We broke that news last night at 11. This one was on Manor Road, right off Warwick Boulevard. It happened right up the road from a forum about ending violence in the community. This victim is also expected to be okay. Police don't have suspect information for any of these 3 shootings. And the 4th time is the charm.
3, 2, 1, mark.
All right, the 4th time is the charm. You're looking at new video from today's launch in Wallops Island. NASA sent projects designed by college students into orbit. Those included propulsion systems and even a rocket for re-entry. They had to postpone the launch 3 times since Thursday due to weather, but conditions were ideal this morning.
We are the change. Look at us. Look at your children. Your children are the ones fighting for their rights because they're fighting for their life to survive.
A day after a new generation took center stage in the debate over gun control, people are asking what's next. Will the dramatic speeches, celebrity support, and massive turnout lead to real change? ABC's David Packer tells us what's next for the grassroots movement.
A generation all too familiar with the threat of mass shootings, hoping to put an end to gun violence. Students who lost friends, parents who fear for their children, marching in Washington, D.C. and 800 cities around the world.
We have been fighting. We've been fighting since Columbine, since Sandy Hook, since Pulse.
Mark Kelly, whose wife, Arizona Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, was injured in 2011 when a gunman opened fire on the crowd at a campaign event, believes these students who organized the event could bring about change, but says it won't be easy.
I would warn them not to get discouraged. You know, this is often 2 steps forward and 1 step back. They have a plan, and this is not the last you're going to see of these kids.
Martha Raddatz sat down with some students in Tucson, 2 of them classmates of Christina Taylor Greene, the 9-year-old shot and killed at that Giffords campaign event.
It took me a while just to have a sense of security and safety. I knew immediately that we needed to do something to show Christina and her family that we cared.
Many hoping yesterday's event marks the beginning of a political movement.
If you look at the voter turnout for our age, it's embarrassing. So the fact that this movement has so many people realizing that it's important to get out to the polls is what I think is one of the best things we've accomplished.
This is led by the youth and it is led for the youth. And if we can encourage these people to take action, to be participating in our society, in our politics, then that's going to encourage our voters to actually turn out.
The message to politicians, clearly, do something or else. Dave Packer, ABC News.
And here in Virginia, not much has changed on gun control in the last month. Since the shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School, state legislators introduced 70 gun-related bills. Only one got to the governor's desk. That law restricts firearm rights of people who had mental health problems as teenagers. All 69 others failed to pass. Those include things like banning pellet guns in schools and making bump stocks illegal.